A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Welcome everyone to A+ English. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And everyone, we are at the ending point of our movie, Good Will Hunting.
So what happens in this movie?
Well, we're not going to give away the ending yet. We got to let the audience...
I mean, what happens before?
What happens before? Okay, so let's do a quick recap we could do.
Yeah.
The first thing, there's a boy or a young man named Will Hunting.
Mm-hmm. He's the janitor in MIT.
At MIT. He's a very smart boy or a very smart young man. One day he fills out or answers a difficult question by the professor.
Yeah, he's really good at math.
And he eventually gets sometimes into trouble and fights, but he solves that difficult math question and he gets somehow the security at the campus or at the university is like, hey, what are you doing? He goes to jail. The professor realizes, oh, he solved the most difficult question, helps Will, but Will has to go see a therapist. Dr. Sean tries to make some breakthroughs with Will, and he does a little bit because Will meets a girl. But in our last one, we learned that she asked him to go to California, and then Will does what? He breaks up with her.
Wow, you didn't leave any lines to me.
Well, I had to get through it.
Did you create the movie? You are really familiar with the plot.
I've watched this movie, and you guys should too. And that brings us to our warm-up question. What kind of job do you want in the future? What should you do to prepare for it?
So for us, what kind of job did we want when we were in college?
In college or in high school or junior high? I don't know.
What about you?
It's so stupid. I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Okay, why was that stupid?
It's not stupid, but it's very difficult and
But you were good at soccer and you played for your university team?
Yes. But it's very hard to go from university to professional, and so it was kind of a big dream. But what about you? What's something that you thought that you wanted to do?
So I wanted to, do anything that's related to English.
Oh, really?
So anything's fine as long as it's English.
Really? You loved English that much?
I used to.
Wow. Okay. Oh, so you used to, not anymore?
I still do.
All right. Well, what about you guys? What kind of job do you want in the future? What should you do to prepare for it? Talk it over with your classmates and even ask your teacher.
Good Will Hunting. Warm-up question. What kind of job do you want in the future? What should you do to prepare for it?
Lambeau helps Will get job interviews at think tanks. They want to hire him for his excellent math skills. Will doesn't see anything wrong with being a janitor. However, his friend Chucky doesn't agree.
All right, so let's get to the ending of our story of Good Will Hunting. Our article says Lambeau helps Will get job interviews at think tanks.
Wow, Lambeau is doing a lot to help Will.
Right. I mean, he knows Will has a lot of potential in that brain of his because he's so good at math.
But he didn't go to college. So was he still be able to get a job interview?
It's a good question. Yeah. I mean, sometimes when you are smart at math or some other subjects like science or computer sciences, companies want to give you a job right away. So, lucky Will. I mean, there's very famous people that didn't go to college, right? The Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook only went to college for a little while. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, they kind of all failed out of college because maybe they thought it was too easy or they were bored with it. So not everyone needs to. And now Will is being offered jobs. Continuing, it says they want to hire him for his excellent math skills.
Wow, I wish I were that good at something where Apple or Google were like, please come work for us.
Yeah, that would be great. I think most of us would like that. But Will is a little different. It tells us Will doesn't see anything wrong with being a janitor.
Yeah, it's a good stable job. There isn't anything wrong with it.
No, it's fine. I mean, but remember, Will's a genius. But Will thinks that, a janitor is not a good enough job. I can't be a janitor and also be very smart and a genius. And that's kind of his thinking. But, a lot of people around him are thinking, hey, man, you have this great talent, right?
Yeah, especially that professor, right?
That professor, even the therapist, Sean, knows he has such an amazing ability that is a gift. And our article says, however, his friend Chucky doesn't agree.
Okay, so Chucky thinks he can do better. And maybe Chucky thinks Will can help others with his big brain.
Right, yeah. Chucky is a great friend of Will's, and he works very hard, and he sees how gifted Will is. So he's saying, hey, you can do more, and that's the true friendship of a good friend, to motivate you.
He says,
you owe it to yourself to have a better life. We'll all still have construction jobs in 20 years, but you can get out.
Will takes one of the jobs. However, he doesn't show up at work. He writes a letter to Sean. It says,
Lambo might call about that job. Just tell him, sorry, I had to go and see about a girl.
Will goes to join Skylar in California.
And since Chucky is such a good friend, he says, you owe it to yourself to have a better life.
Oh, this is going to make me cry. That is a good friend.
Yeah, that is a great friend.
Do you have a great friend like this?
That will motivate me?
Yeah.
I do have a friend that will motivate me. We talk about our work and he's motivated me. I think I've motivated him. What about you?
Is he the one that's really good at math?
Yes, he is very good at math. And so he does motivate me. And that's the gift that, is great for a person to have a friend like that because, Chucky's telling Will, you have this gift. And he tells him, we're all still have construction jobs in 20 years, but you can get out.
Oh, you can do something different.
Right. So Chucky works in construction, so he uses his hands. He's up early in the morning, rain, shine, snow. It's hard work. But he's telling Will, you have so many opportunities that we as your friends don't have. You should take advantage of it. Our article then says Will takes one of the jobs. However, he doesn't show up at work.
So he takes the job, but he doesn't show up at work. Why?
He blows it off, we say. I don't know why, but...
He's like, oh, okay, I'll take it, but he doesn't really like it.
Right. Or, maybe there's something, we say, nagging at the back of his brain. Maybe he's thinking about something else or someone special. Well, jumping back in, everyone, it says he writes a letter to Sean. It says Lambo might call about that job.
Okay, Lambo is the professor.
Yes.
He might call about that job.
Right. So Will's writing a letter to the therapist saying, hey, if he's going to call about this job, and then now Will's going to tell something more important to the therapist, Sean. He says, just tell him, sorry, I had to go and see about a girl. Will goes to join Skylar in California.
Okay, what makes him decide in the end that he wants to join her?
Well, I think he found one person that kind of, besides the therapist, Sean, that really understands him. He can kind of really be himself because in the beginning, Will couldn't be himself. He was kind of pretending that he wasn't, the smart kind of guy he is. Skylar saw in Will what a, gift he has for math, but also what a good person he is inside. So
what happens after he goes to join Skylar in California?
Well,
do they get married?
Well,
do they have kids?
Oh, wow, so many questions. Wow. All right, well, you will have to watch. I'm not going to give away the very end.
Okay.
You will have to watch the movie for yourself. I'm sure you can probably find it like on Netflix or somewhere on YouTube maybe. But it's a really good movie that you should maybe watch. And I liked it. Do you remember all the parts of it?
No, I don't. I'll watch it again.
Yeah, let's watch it again tonight.
Okay, but now we have to go to our vocabulary time. 今天第一个单字呢是 interview， 在这边当名词用，指的是面试或是面谈。那这个字本身呢也可以当做动词。那名词的用法，我们可以搭配什么字呢？比如说 a job interview， 那就是工作面试。那搭配的动词可以是 have a job interview。那在工作面试的时候，你会碰到面试官，那就是 an interviewer。那你是接受面试的人，你就是 an interviewee。那单字例句给的是呢 ，The interview went well, so Jimmy felt confident about getting the job。面试进行得很顺利，所以 Jimmy 对获得这份工作感到有信心。那第二个单字呢是动词 hire， 解释为雇用 ，hire somebody， 那就是雇用某人。那如果说呢是被动的话，就是 be hired by a company， 被某个公司雇用。那相反，开除某人，我们可以用到 fire 这个字 ，F-I-R-E fire somebody。那单字例句给的是呢 ，The company plans to hire someone with experience in customer service。这间公司打算聘请一位在客户服务方面有经验的人。再来第三个单字是 letter 这个名词，指的是信或者是书信。搭配的动词可以是 write a letter， 那就是写一封信。那寄一封信就是 send a letter。那你接收到一封信，那就用 receive 或是 get a letter。那另外呢 letter 也可以是字母的意思哦，比如说在 apple A-P-P-L-E 这个单字里面有 5 letters 5个字母，那整个 apple 是一个 word 一个单字。那我们的例句给的是 Ricky wrote his mother a letter to say I miss you。 Ricky 写了一封信给他的妈妈说我想念你。再来第四个单字是 call 这个动词，这边指的是打电话，打电话给某人，那就是 call somebody。 I'll call you when I get home。 我到家的时候我会打一通电话给你。那如果你看到的是 call somebody 再加上一个名称的话，那你就是用这个名称去称呼某人。 For example, her name is Penelope, but her friends call her Penny。 那被动也是很常见的，像是呢 Our cat is called Rambo， 我们的猫被称呼为 Rambo。 那单字例句给的是呢 Nelson was sick, so he called his boss for a day off。 Nelson 生病了，所以打电话跟老板请假一天。那最后到了 Magic Box， 讲到的是授予动词。授予动词有很多个，那我们就拿课文里面出现的 write 来说。在课文里面我们看到的句子是 He writes a letter to Sean， 这句也可以说 He writes Sean a letter。 也就是说授予动词有两种句型，第一个是在后面你直接加上名词，加上介系词之后再加人。那第二个是授予动词直接加上人再加上名词就可以了。那给另外一个授予动词咯，就是 give 这个字，过去式是 gave， 我们可以说 My friend gave me a watch， 我的朋友给了我一只手表，也可以是 My friend gave a watch to me。
Review time.
So, the review of our story, everyone, started off as a troublemaker, got help, then got jobs because of his smart brain, and met a girl. Essentially how it went, right?
Yeah.
But there's an important part we maybe missed a little bit or skipped over. Now, he had a lot of interviews for these important jobs. So let's review some maybe interview questions that you might be asked. Okay, so some of the most common interview questions would be, tell me about yourself.
Okay, 告诉我关于你自己的事情。Tell me about yourself. So you might be asked.
Right, you might say, what are some things that you like? Well, I grew up here. I'm an only child. And I went to this university. I like this. The next one you might be asked is, why should we hire you?
Oh, so the company might ask this question. Why should we hire you? Tell us the reasons.
Right.
为什么要雇佣你呢？
Right. I'm a hard worker. I will do everything you ask me to do because I'm really passionate about this job.
所以这边就用到今天有讲到的单字 hire 这个字。
Exactly. And next we say, what can you bring to the company?
Okay, what can you offer?
What can you offer to the company? What does your present means to us? Yeah, so you could say I can bring, again, dedication. I can bring my skill set and things like that.
And the next one is, what are your greatest strengths?
Oh, yeah. So what are you really good at?
Yeah, this is a commonly asked question.
Yes.
So 你的优点、强项，还有你的弱项 strengths and weaknesses.
Very good. Yeah, you don't want to just always say your greatest strengths because you sound a little bit, we say cocky, where you sound, oh, I'm the best at everything. Interviewers also want to know maybe where did you fail? So what are your greatest weaknesses? The next we see, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah, in 5 years or in 10 years, what's your future plan?
And
These are the questions.
This is important as something to always say if you really want this job. Oh, I see myself here at this company working up. That would be your go-to answer. Next, we see how do you plan to achieve your career goals?
And the last one, do you have any questions for us?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so maybe these questions and practicing these will get you the job of your dreams in the future. For everyone here, my name is Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Magic Box。
耶！前阵子是我生日呢，我女儿送了我一个她自己在学校做的卡片。She gave me a card she made at school。她给了我一张她在学校做的卡片。虽然呢只是一张小小的卡片，但是呢我一定会好好珍惜，把它裱框起来好了。英文里面呢有一些很特别的动词，它需要有2个受词接在它后面，那就是授予动词。授予动词呢，顾名思义就是有给予这样的感觉在里面哦。它呢用法非常的直觉哦，所以呢不要被2个受词给吓到咯。我们呢可以用最常看到的 give 给和 buy 买这2个动词来造一些例句了。先讲一下呢，我们刚刚讲的2个受词，2个受词是什么受词呢？第一个呢是我们的间接受词，通常呢是你给的人。再来呢就是直接受词哦，通常就是你要给的东西。所以呢，我们就用刚刚讲的 give 和 buy 来造句了。She gave me a card， 她给我一张卡片。Me 就是我，所以我是间接受词，给我 a card。A card 就是我们的直接受词哦，所以呢，如果你觉得这些间接、直接太难记了，你呢就记得我们的句型就是 give 人东西，给人东西，是不是跟中文一样很直觉？buy 也是一样的哦，像呢，我买了一个娃娃给我女儿 ，I bought her a doll， 我给她买了一个洋娃娃。her 呢就是我们的间接受词 ，a doll 就是直接受词，所以给谁买什么东西？ 拜人什么东西非常直觉。除了呢先接人再接物，授予动词呢也可以先接东西哦。但是呢后面要接人的时候呢就要加上介系词咯。而介系词呢又分2种，分别是 to 跟 for， 因为授予动词的不同而不同。比方说 give 要搭配的就是 to。像刚刚卡片的例句呢，我们可以改写成 She gave a card to me。意思一样，但是写法不同。我们搭配的是介系词 to。至于 buy 呢，则是搭配介系词 for。I bought a doll for her。OK， 我买了一个洋娃娃给她。 2个例句呢一样哦，我们都把东西接在受语动词之后，再接上介系词 for 或是 to， 再接上间接受词人。这个介系词的用法跟前面没有介系词的用法意思呢是一模一样，要特别注意呢，不同动词搭配不同的介系词，所以呢要特别把是 to 还是 for 要特别记起来咯。